Well, I'm really excited about the way our basketball team is playing, and but I want to start again with it being Black History Month, and again, Emy Hayford for our team started about a year ago, and really developing this night of just wanting to have a night where we can celebrate Black history and just all the great people that have been made huge advancements in what we do, and so I really want to commend Emy for her hard work and having the vision first off, but then putting that vision into play and working with Gwen's girls. And again, we had John Carlos came to our practice shoot around this morning, and just all of those different events that in sports history are just huge moments. And so I want to start by just how honored I am to get to be the head women's basketball coach here. But Emy, thank you for all that you did to make this really a cool night. And then our team, I thought, played really resilient basketball. And again, I think since our Duke game is that we've really put a lot of things together, and we're playing much better together, understanding of how we're defending better. And so it's been really fun to watch, and to see them really generate energy for each other has been really, really good.
Coach, this is your second straight win, third in the last four. What can you say about your players and how they've been able to just get you those wins that you've finally been hoping for and sticking with that process?
Yeah, no, and it's a brutal process. It's brutal to, be really, really close. And, and again, you can look at the Louisville game and the Virginia Tech game, and, there's so many of those that we've been really close. But this group is so resilient that they've come to work every day and really battled through that to get us to a point now where we're playing really good basketball. And so I think a lot of it is to their credit that they've never walked away from the challenge. They haven't ran and hid, and then I'll let them talk too of just what it's like from their perspective. But as a coach, to see it all coming together at this time is really, really rewarding.
Throughout the game, you guys were able to build multiple leads, but then Boston College would come back and try to cut them, but you managed to just continue to save them off. What do you say about your team's effort and just managing just to keep the lead and not maybe crumbling in some of the games prior to the season?
Yeah, again, it's weathering the storm, and and I think the point guard play from these two, and in those different groups as we're platooning a little bit, and I think Channise has really brought a stability to our team. And you look at her line, and she's 6'1", assist turnovers, and she just got a calm presence about her. Things Amy's able to do on the defensive end to just generate and just play with such a fiery persona has really changed the way that we've played. And so I give a lot of credit to these two, and then just our team of just not, before I think we would have lost these games because we get nervous and then they start coming back. But we made a couple of plays, and especially on the defensive end, and got some rebounds that were huge that then allowed us to go make the next play.
Channise, you had 15 points tonight, career high. You also made the game-tying three-pointer against Georgia Tech on Sunday. Can you just say about your improvement over these last few games and how you've been able to help your team get some victories over the road?
Starting in practice, coach said take the shots that you're going to take in the game, so that's what we've been doing. And once I get the ball in the game, I'm letting it fly if I'm open. I have the confidence right now, and I'm going to keep that going on to the next games. 15 points in my career, that's embarrassing. But we're going to take it. We're going to take it. We got the W, and that's all I can ask for.
Channise, what about this team? What did you feel like once you got over the hump and finished that game, that it was going to be like this, that these wins are going to start coming?
Yeah, once we got over the hump, we knew what we could build off of, and that's what we've been doing, and we've been getting better each day, each game. We really locked in on our defense because we're a transition team, so once we found out like how we can be successful in defense, we just kept on going, and we got most of our points in transition. So that's how we've been playing.
And Amy, is there confidence that kind of builds upon itself?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like before, it's really hard when we work hard and we get so close, and every time it's like we're right there and then we don't get it. And I just feel like seeing us get it after the Georgia Tech game. I feel like when we win those close games, we kind of like get that confidence, like, oh yeah, it can be us. We can win these close games. So I definitely think that went over into this game.
I mean, what was your inspiration for tonight? And can you just give us an idea of the planning that went into your thoughts.
Yeah, so I just kind of looked at from a younger me perspective. When I grew up, I didn't have that much exposure or representation based on Black women, Black history. So I just really wanted this night to be a night where young girls can feel represented, can feel seen, and I wanted to have meaning. So working with Gwen's girls, working with emerging leaders, like seeing them and just enjoying the presence of us and being here and how they're growing, I just felt inspired, and I just thought it would be special to honor them this night and just celebrate Black female history.
What have you learned from them?
Oh, a lot. To just like have fun. They're always smiling, always laughing. To know that there's more than just basketball. There's a life after basketball. There's a life before basketball, and you can have it together. And just like how they kind of showed me that there's more, and that I can be more for them, and they're more for me.
Coach, it seems like your players are really just attacking the rim with a lot of ferocity, especially over these last few games. Are you telling them to just go and drive through these defenses, or are you more so looking for the highest percentage opportunity shot?
Yeah, we've talked a lot, so much about we have to play inside-out basketball and we have to attack the paint. We also talk a lot about getting to 2 feet and finding the necks of taking great shots. And so I think some of those light bulbs are clicking on just how important it is to attack and then make the decision. Can I go score, or now do I need to get to 2 feet and find my teammates? And so it's taken a little bit of time, but again, now to see our kids attacking the rim and really making great plays and helping each other make great shots, get great shots has been really good.
Lance, one of those games where you almost had was Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're back here on Sunday.
Yeah.
Excitement about the way you're playing, of getting another opportunity at them for you and for the players as well.
Yeah, no, and we just played them, and like that, it's a quick turnaround from time you go there and played really well against them, and we're in it in the fourth quarter to, and so we're excited about the chance to get them here, and just I think we're playing as well as we played all year long, and so to have a chance against a top 10 team, and obviously they have all the pressure on them. We have no pressure. They got to try to make that next seeding and do that stuff, and so we want to go attack that. We're going to have fun with it. We're going to go and do everything we can to play a great game and great basketball, but all the pressure's on them. Now we can just cut loose and go play.
What's your question?
Yeah.
Like you said, it's just another opportunity for us to go out there and get a W against a highly ranked team. And if we get that, that momentum is just going to continue into the tournament. So it's just going to give us more confidence and just, like you said, have fun on the court. And it's our senior night, me and Emy. So we got a lot more inspiration out there with our family being in the crowd. So it's going to be fun.
Sorry, we cut you off.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. Since you guys did not play from behind and maintain the lead the entire game, are there like similarities and differences, whether it's like your mindset or physical play when you're playing from behind or playing ahead?
Yeah, it's been interesting as we're usually a team that plays better coming from behind, is that we would get behind and then now that lead up to go and try to get back in the game and all that stuff. So for us to be able to sustain that today and, from start to finish, that's huge growth for our team of being able to have that mindset that it is that, and I call it the urgency. You have to play with an urgency within that, no matter if you're up 10 or if you're up 2 or up 6, down 6, that you have to play with an urgency all the time. And we still sporadically kind of went up and down, but it's still huge growth in what we're doing.
Thank you.
Good question. Anybody else back there in the back?
Lance,
No.
can I ask you one more? Just
Yep.
what's been different with Day?
Yeah.
Is it also that maybe that urgency? What's been different with her game?
Yeah, it's been really interesting, and whenever we kind of went to the platooning and as putting those two teams together, and I think the familiarity with that group, and is that I think the ability of those two groups to really have that where you know when your time's going to come, and so I think for Day it's been where now she knows within that of she's got to be the attacker and she's got to go, and Channise is going to find her in those spots, and same for Amy's group of just they've got to be the defensive monsters and and go really wreak some havoc with that part of it. And so I think that's given us all our team a calming sense that, as before, I think they were so worried about, am I going to play, am I going to get in, and then they couldn't ever get past that. Now we've eliminated that, and now it's just on, now cut loose and go with that group and have that familiarity with it to go make plays.
Anything else, guys?
I have a question. What is like your mindset and like what keeps you like driven even when you guys are up in a game, not to just like kind of slack off a little bit or just like calm down? What keeps like your urge to keep going and make sure that y'all stay in the league?
To get the W at the end of the game. Honestly, that's pretty much what keeps us motivated, and how big we can get that gap to score. And just, Pitt, our history, not getting too many wins, but we just got to keep going and going after it, and that's just going to keep us motivated to stretch the lead down the end.
What about you,
I
Amy?
would also say I emphasize a lot, like, just keep doing what we're doing. Like, we're fine, like, it's been working. Sometimes we get anxious and we go away from what was working. If we just keep doing what we're doing, what got us the lead, then we'll be fine, and just having an extra focus on that.
Yeah, it's been huge growth for our team. Again, we've got a lot of perfectionists who, as soon as they make a mistake, then they, and not looking over here to my left, but, and so just that growth to know it's the next play, it's the next possession, that there's going to be those ebb and flow of the game that you have to go to the next play. And so I think that's been some of our biggest growth, of just letting those go and continuing to make plays.
Can you guys believe it's senior night?
Oh,
Already?
I can't.
No.
Yeah, it's so crazy. For these guys, Channise, I've only got to be around 1 year, but for especially Amy, Day, and AB and Cynthia, who have been here for the whole time, and and just I think it's so crazy. I watched a couple of their videos and just like, I can't believe it's been that quick. It's gone really, really fast. But thank you guys very much for being here. We appreciate